Most people know that the Torrance community takes the arts very seriously. They also believe in recognizing the artists that are making a difference. Reporter Lauren Vece takes us to the annual Torrance Performing Arts Consortium ceremony.
Matthew Williams is a recent high school graduate who is about to start El Camino College.
I'm thinking of more going into business, though.
But Matthew isn't all business. He is also a talented actor and singer who is one of the recipients of this year's Making a Difference Award.
I'm honored to receive it.
The Making a Difference Awards are sponsored annually by the Torrance Performing Arts Consortium and the Daily Breeze. Each recipient is recognized for their excellence within a local performing arts organization.
To honor people in 3 different groups. There's dancers, singers, and theater performers. Honor them for their work here.
This year, 5 people were chosen for their hard work and dedication. For all of the people selected, the stage is a major staple of their lives.
Dancing for my whole life, but I've been with South Bay Ballet. I think I'm going my 10th season this year. I started when I was 8.
For some, their passion began before they started school.
Well, when I was young, I had this little toy violin, and I thought it was really fun, so I decided to play the violin.
For others, their love of the arts has been passed on to their children.
I have a little autistic child who loves arts, who loves music, who probably knows more music than I do.
Other winners, such as Chuck Gustafson, have dedicated large portions of their lives to entertaining the Torrance community.
Chuck, other than being the tallest guy in the room, has distinguished himself as president, producer, and director of the Aerospace Players, among other responsibilities.
Each winner was chosen for the impact of their work. But for them, being a part of the performance world is the actual reward.
4 years ago, a few girls asked me to do a show, and I was an introverted nerd back then, and now, I'm comfortable going on stage in front of hundreds of people and singing and dancing.
It turned him into a little kid that played video games into someone that stands really tall and is proud to stand up on stage and perform in front of total strangers.
Mm-hmm.
In a time when so many local community art programs are being left behind, the city of Torrance should be commended for making a difference and recognizing the future of local performing art. For Torrance City Cable 3, I'm Lauren Vece.
Thanks, Lauren. For more information on next year's Making a Difference Award, visit TorrancePerformingArts.com.
A group of residents gathered recently to talk about the racket coming from a part of their neighborhood. But this wasn't just any noisy neighbor. The residents were talking about the Torrance Airport. Reporter Christy Kapik explains what residents want and how the city can help without compromising safety.
Hollywood Riviera resident Richard Root knows this sound all too well.
I became interested in this because it was a problem over our area. And so I started asking some questions. Who's flying? How high are they flying? How much noise are they making? And no one really had the answers, so I decided to do some testing on my own.
In an effort to lower the noise level from the airport, Root put together noise data and a petition signed by 200 residents also angered by the airport noise. He hopes to get helicopters to fly farther up in the sky and take the noise with them.
I think this is a start on that, and maybe some improvement is possible. I don't know how much. I'd like to see them at 2,000 feet. What I heard tonight is I think that might be a problem for them, but that needs to be explored.
FAA standards state that all aircraft must be separated by 500 feet of airspace. The standard also suggests that helicopters must fly at 500 feet above sea level. Hillside residents don't feel that's high enough. They want the standard raised to 2,000 feet, but that proposal would produce other problems.
If the helicopters were going to be at the proposed 2,000 feet above the ground, fixed-wing traffic then would have to be at 2,500 feet above the ground. Well, the top of Torrance's airspace only goes to 2,400 feet.
It's still unclear how the city can help since the FAA controls the airspace above 2,400 feet. The city already runs a noise abatement program to control these noise levels. Panelists who attend the recent discussion said future changes will likely have to involve the FAA, but Torrance wouldn't be the first airport the agency has had to help.
I've been at this 12 years because of the aircraft coming over the peninsula and very, very loud. But through the years, we worked with the FAA, and they've been marvelous.
In an effort to find a way to break this sound barrier, the airport will continue testing flight patterns by working with each operator.
I think the best thing for us is to continue working with pilots and working with the community and trying to get the pilots to be as sensitive and aware as they can and watch for, when people are going in areas that maybe it would be better if they didn't.
In the meantime, Root feels this meeting was a good start to find a compromise. Other residents seem to feel the same as well.
It's something we can reach for. It's not going to be perfect. It's not expected to be perfect, but I believe we can make big improvements.
This is Christy Kapik reporting for CitiCABLE 3.
The meeting attracted about 70 people. For more information on Torrance Airport's noise abatement program, call 310-784-7950. Coming up, we have the details on a free discussion about California's earthquake threat.
Now here's a look at the 5-day forecast.